So for today's lesson, take your time. It's quite hard, and it may mean you need to do a little bit of revision on how to do long multiplication. I'll just go through this question that I've come up with now. The most important things to remember with any long multiplication question is to give yourself lots of space. You don't have a lot in the books. They've given you some square paper to work with for question 3, but for question 4 they haven't. You'll have to find some scrap paper or work in the back of your textbook, I don't mind, but you need to give yourself lots and lots of space. The other thing to remember is that, the way we do it is that decimals always line up, okay? So whatever your answers are, you need to make sure that the decimals, you can even put them in right at the beginning. I remember Mr. Holmes, a man I used to work with, he always used to, before any student did anything, used to get them to write the decimals in. And we're doing 4.34 times 4. That's how it's written in the book. I kind of wish they'd written it like this. Kind of lines it up a bit nicer. But whatever, we'll do it this way. So remember, we just do it bit by bit. First thing's nice and easy. We do 4 times 7. And 4 times 7. And we put it in 28. Just so that it fits in perfectly. Now, when we move across, remember that we're actually in the next place value holder over now. So we've got to consider that there is something here. So it's not really going to be as easy as it looks. So remember from long multiplication that when we do the second one, we have to fill in the first thing we have to do is fill in the first gap, because we're doing the next one over. This 3 is worth 10 times more than this 7. This 3 is worth 10 times more than this 7. So we need to put a 0 there just to keep that in place. And then we can do 4 times 3. And 4 times 3 is 12. And we fit that in here. And then we need to do the next one, which is 4. But remember, this 4 is 10 times bigger than this 3, which is 10 times bigger than this 7. So this 4 is 100 times bigger than this 7. So this time we need to fill in 2 zeros. And 4 times 4 is 16. Okay. Then you add all those together. I wish I'd given myself a little bit more space. See what I mean about leaving space? But I can do it. 8 plus 0 plus 0 is 8. 2 plus 2 is 4. Then I've got my decimal. 1 plus 6 is 7. And then I've just got the 1 at the end. So the answer is 17.48. Let me do another one quickly. Let's go for now. Let's choose a 5. I'm going to do it right at the top. You can see I've changed my whiteboard around. I've learned from my mistake. I need more space. And it's going to be 5 point. Let's go for 0, 8. And I'm going to multiply that by. What should we multiply it by? Let's multiply it by 3. Okay. Remember the Mr. Holmes method? Put our dots in before we even start. Then we know where the decimals are. 3 times 8 is 24. The first one's nice and easy. Just make sure, remember that you're moving from the last digit in the number, so in this case the 4, needs to be in line with the number you've multiplied by. Then we're going to do it, the next one, and we already know that we're going to do a 0 here, because this is worth 10 times more than this one. But actually, 3 times 0 is nothing anyway, so we can put another 0 in. So this 0 is because we are 10 times more than this one, and then this 0 is because 3 times 0 is 0. And then that just leaves us to do 3 times 5, but remember 5 is 10 times more than this one, which is 10 times more than this one. So in total, 5 is 100 times more than this one, so we need to add in 2 zeros. And 3 times 5 is 15. Add them all up. 4 plus 0 is 4. 2 plus 0 plus 0 is 2. then there's nothing here, so I'm just going to end up with 15.24. I'll do one last one. I'm going to go for a slightly longer one. Have they given you any slightly longer ones? They have. Okay, so let's go for 15.18 and I want to multiply that by, let's go for 5. Okay. Mrs. Hollidge always used to have a go at me for doing the 8s like that. Ugh, don't like 8s like that. Anyway, 5 times 8. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put my decimals in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm going to need one more than normal. I think I need a few more. Okay, 5 times 8 is 40. Remember, the last digit has to line up with the digit that you've multiplied by, in this case 8. That needs to do 5 times 1, but remember this 1 is 10 times bigger than the 8's worth, so we need to stick a 0 here to show that it's 10 times more. 5 times 1 is 5. This is worth 100 times more, so I need to stick in 2 zeros this time. And 5 times 5 is 25. And then this 1 is worth 1,000 times more than this 8. It's worth 10 times more than the 5, 100 times more than the 1, and 1,000 times more than the 8. So I need to do 5 times 1, which is a bit more like doing 5 times 10 really. So I need to add a 0 here, a 0 here, and a 0 here. And 5 times 1 is 15. Lies, what am I talking about? 5 times 1 is 5, my apologies. Okay, and again I've run out of space here. But that's okay, we can add them all together. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, shock horror, is 0. 4 plus 5 plus 0 is 9. Next I've got my decimal. 5 plus 0 is 5, and 2 plus 5 is 7. So my answer is 75.90. And as we've looked before, zeros at the end of decimals, we can just get rid of them. We don't need them there. So the answer is 75.9. Okay, I hope that helped. Have a go. It's Wednesday, so I'll be online this afternoon. Let me know if you want any help with this one.